What's up guys? In today's video, we're going to talk about how to sell Squarespace templates online to generate passive income in your business. We're going to talk about what Squarespace is, how to get started selling Squarespace templates, and why this is such a big deal, especially in today's time. First off, what is Squarespace? Squarespace is a website design platform that millions of business owners and creative entrepreneurs use to promote their blog, products, and services. Squarespace is really popular for beginners. They advertise themselves as very beginner-friendly with their drag and drop platform. Squarespace has a lot of free templates that you can start with, but a lot of entrepreneurs want to stand out from the competition that's already using these free templates, and that's why you can capitalize on this opportunity by creating these custom template designs that you can then go and sell so other creatives can stand out from the competition and you can generate passive income.
So we've been selling website templates for about a year and a half now, and we actually mostly sold Show It templates, which is a WordPress platform. But we wanted to get into the Squarespace market because when you look at the data, there are so many more people that are actually searching for Squarespace templates. And the main reason why it took us so long for us to actually start designing and selling Squarespace templates is because back in the day, Squarespace wasn't as drag and drop and it wasn't as user-friendly as it is now. We are used to Show It, where you can literally drag and drop anything on the screen anywhere and change the color of pretty much everything on the website. So transitioning to Squarespace a couple years ago wasn't the same as it is now. Now, Squarespace today is super easy to use, like Steven mentioned. So if you've never designed a website before, I'm pretty sure that you will get the hang of it in probably an hour or less. It's super easy to use and it's very user-friendly.
Now let's get into how to design these Squarespace templates and how to list them so that you can start selling them on your online shop.
So I'm going to run you guys through real quick what Squarespace looks like when you go in there, how to make a website real quick, and then we're going to show you guys how to basically share that website on Etsy and how you would transfer that website once someone purchases. So I'm going to switch over here. As you can see, this is what your dashboard would look like when you are signed into Squarespace. Now, if you don't have an account already, you would obviously sign in and make an account for yourself. Now, these are websites that we are selling currently in our shop. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to create website here in this top corner, and that will open up this little blurb about what kind of website you want. You can skip this if you want. It's really not necessary, but it might help if you want to make a website that's particular to a certain niche. So as you can see, there are a bunch of pre-made design templates that you can choose from, which is a great starting point. And you can also select it by your category. So say, for example, you want to maybe do a membership site or an online store, and they also do divide it up by, photography, art design, all of these different topics, which is great. I like to just do the build your own template, which is right over here. I just find that it's easier to kind of pick and choose what pages I want, because sometimes when you do the pre-made templates, they have a bunch of other things that maybe you don't want on your template. So I'm gonna go ahead and select that. And here's where you're gonna name your site. Now, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You can change this later on. This is basically what shows up as your header. So I'm just gonna put YouTube video for the sake of this video. And you'll see over here that you can actually choose what pages or sections you have on your website. So you can do like this large header image. You'll see like they have a few options for that. You can kind of do this more modern, simplistic one. So it's a great starting point. I'm just gonna go ahead and choose a bunch of random ones, and then we'll meet you guys once we're done with that. And then you'll see over here that they do have some color palette options. So you can always change these colors later on, but for the sake of the video, again, I'm just gonna choose a neutral one just to start with. And they also do give you some font options, which is great. It saves you a lot of time. You don't have to go find your own fonts, and you don't have to settle for a lot of like basic fonts. So this is great. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the New Spirit condensed, and then you just hit finish, and this will basically load your website, and then you can start editing your template.
When you start this website design, you're gonna wanna make sure it stands out with eye-catching photos, and the best place to get free stock photos that are great is Pexels.com or Unsplash.com. And if you need inspiration for what website designs are trending, check Pinterest, Dribbble, or even check Etsy and other Shopify stores that are successfully selling products like this.
You obviously don't want to rip off other people's designs, but it is nice to just get some inspiration, kind of see like what styles of websites are popular, because that's constantly changing. And if you can have a website that is I don't want to say trendy, but maybe just more like up to date with the modern times, then you're going to notice that you'll get more traction and more sales on that template. Okay, so we're going to just go into editing this template. Now, again, we're not going to break down every single thing about how to make a template. There's tons and tons of videos out there that will show you how to do that. I just want to run over a few simple things because using Squarespace is really, really easy. So if you're getting into the market of designing a website and you want to start selling templates, I personally really like Squarespace. I feel like it's the easiest one to learn right now. Okay, so when you hover over each section on your website, you're gonna notice that you'll have this edit section button that will pop up. This is pretty much where all of your controls for each section are going to live. So you'll have things like your row count for your formatting. So again, if you don't know how Squarespace works at all, like you're basically using this little grid system in the background, and that's how you drag and drop all of your stuff. So you'll see if I size this down, you can basically drag this, and wherever it can align on those gaps is where it'll snap into place. So you can change the formatting of all that stuff. You can have it with a gap, you can have them closer together, you can change how many are in your row count, you can have it fill the screen, not fill the screen. So we're not gonna go super in depth of how to actually like use every single feature, but I do wanna give a quick rundown. Now, you can change things like your themes over here. Again, you just hit that little pencil icon and that will bring up all of your color options. So, you know, if you have a very specific color palette that you want to use on your template, that is how you would change all of those over there. So then when you go back into your website, you can just hit edit section, go to your colors, and then choose from all of the colors that you have.
All right, and then if you hit the edit section again, you can change your background images. So you can upload your own images, but for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna go ahead and choose the free images since I don't have any files uploaded. So you can use their stock photos, but the issue that we noticed is that if you use their own stock photos, that when you transfer the site, if you duplicate it, it won't show up. So keep that in mind. Anyways, you're gonna go ahead and upload an image and then it will look like this. From there, you can drag where the focal point is. And then they also have a few image effects that you can choose from. So they have a couple like a parallax or like a grain, just a few different funky options that you can choose from. And then they do give you the option to upload video, and they have an art section, which could be fun for certain sections throughout your website. So everything is movable, so you can resize your text, you can drag it around and it will align in those grids like I mentioned earlier. So every single element you can do that with. And then you can change your text color by either highlighting it, or if you go into your section and then go to colors, you can change the themes. You'll see this one has the dark text, but if I scroll down and select this one, you'll see it has the white text. So you can mess around with a few different color themes that you want to have. And then this button, just when you drag it, it'll resize the entire section for you. And you can edit your images directly in Squarespace. You have the option to crop them, or if you want to adjust things like the brightness, saturation, contrast, you can do that in there as well. They give you the option to duplicate each section, which is great, and you can also move them around. So if you need to rearrange certain sections, then you can do that.
Now that you've finished your website template and you're ready to share it with the world, I just want to cover a couple things that for me personally were hard to find the information on. Now, you'll notice when you make a Squarespace template, if you're making multiple templates, that it's going to prompt you to pay for each individual template. And a lot of website platforms nowadays will have sort of like a multi-site bundle. Squarespace doesn't have that, but the way that you can get around this is you basically are going to have, you know, it'll say website trial over here, and you'll see that it will expire. Now, the way to get around this, because we were paying for our Squarespace sites until we figured out that you can literally just duplicate them each time before they expire, and then you just update your listing with the new link. So that is something that you have to keep in mind. So it's not 100% passive once you get done with your design. You do have to go in and update your link, because unless you are paying for each individual website monthly, then you are going to have to update it because it will expire. We learned that the hard way because we had someone reach out and they were like, hey, your link doesn't work. So that is something to keep in mind. But you'll see here that once you have your website completely done, you are going to go into your settings down here, and then you're going to go to your site availability. you're going to put this as password protected. Now, when you are having your websites listed on Etsy, you can set your password, something easy. We just use demo. But you want to make sure that this is password protected, because you can't do public unless you're paying for the site, and obviously private, no one is going to be able to open the link except for you. So make sure that you're going in and setting your password for that. And then another thing that we like to do for our listings, because we find that it looks nice, is we will go into the design and change the lock screen. So you'll see right here that we just have a little mock-up of the website itself with the background. We find that it looks nicer. This isn't necessary, but it helps with just making things look a lot more professional. Okay, so when someone purchases your template, what do you do next? Let's talk about how you actually transfer over the website. A really important thing that you need to remember is you have to duplicate your websites, or else you're going to be transferring over your website to someone and then you won't have access to your template. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up to the 3 dots right here and you're going to click duplicate website. This is going to duplicate it and it takes a couple minutes, so we're just going to wait on that. Now that your website is duplicated, you are going to click the 3 buttons again, the 3 dots, and you're going to go to permissions. Now this is going to open up this page, which you can close out of the site name. So as you can see on the screen, when someone purchases from you, they are going to be prompted to put in their Squarespace email. This is just under your personalization section on your Etsy listing. So this is key because you can't transfer the website if you don't have their email for their Squarespace. So I'm going to go ahead and click Invite Contributor. And as you can see, once you have their name and their email in there, you're going to click Administrator. And this will give them full access, and then you're going to hit Invite. Now you'll see down here, you will have your emails sent right there. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to go into Etsy and you're going to send them a message and just let them know, hey, I sent you the invite on Squarespace, just approve that, and then I can send you the full ownership. So again, you can't transfer ownership until they accept the invite. So once the invite is accepted, then you can transfer over ownership. All right, so now you can see that they approved the email invite, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to transfer ownership, and it will prompt you to type in your Squarespace password, and then this is going to pop up where it says transfer ownership, and once you select that, it will come up with their email. So you're going to select that and then hit continue, and then they will just make sure that you are going to transfer over the website. So you'll just hit confirm, and then you'll see that this person has full access and they are the owner. Now, what you will want to do is you will want to go back to your dashboard, and you'll see up here that you'll have this little person icon. It'll say that you're a contributor with admin permissions. You're going to click the 3 dots and you're going to hit remove me. Now, the person who got the website transferred over to you, they can also do that themselves, but we like to just wipe our hands clean so that way nothing falls on us if something gets messed up in the website, or just, I just feel like people feel more comfortable knowing that they're the only ones that have access to it. So I will go ahead and remove us, and then you'll see that it will delete the website from your dashboard. So that is basically how you transfer over the website to your customer.
Now that we've talked about how to transfer these Squarespace templates, let's talk about how to market them so that you can actually get sales. The first thing you're going to want to do is download this free Google Chrome extension called Go Full Page, and this helps you take these full page screenshots of the long website page so that you can use them in your marketing.
All right, so the way that the extension works is you are going to open up your website in the demo mode, and you're going to click the little camera icon up at the top. You're just going to click that, and that will basically just scroll through the entire home page, whatever page you're on, and get a screenshot for you. So once that is done, you will have this option right here, and you'll see that you have the entire page screenshotted, which is super helpful. It's really easy. And then you'll just download this as a PNG. And then now you will have that image to upload into your mockups. Now, I recommend screenshotting every single page that you have on the website. That way, when customers land on your listing, they can see what the entire website looks like without having to click through to the demo link. So it's just a great way to just have everyone see what it looks like before they actually go and scroll through the website themselves.
Now that you have this vertical screenshot, you can post it on Pinterest because vertical content works great on Pinterest. Now let's talk about designing a mock-up for your product listing so that you get a great click rate.
Your mockups are really important to help you get sales because this is really what customers are going to be seeing as soon as they go onto Etsy and they start searching. So having a really good mockup photo for your listing image is really, really important. And I'll show you guys how we do ours. So go to Canva. You don't have to have a paid account. You can just do the free account, and then you're going to select Create Design. And we do the custom size. We do 2700 by 2025 pixels, and then I'm going to create design. That will come up in this shape right here. Now, our entire shop is pretty much just like a lot of neutral colors, so you can really choose whatever color you want for your background, but I'm just going to go ahead and choose like, I don't know, some sort of like beige color. And then you're going to go to your elements and you're going to type in maybe like a laptop mockup. And you'll see, I'm going to actually filter this by free so that way you guys can see that there are some free options out there. Now you can do something like this where it's a photo. I personally like to use the graphics here. So you'll see that they have a few different options and you can scroll through and kind of see like what your vibe is. So I'm going to choose this one because it's just a really simple MacBook. So just go ahead and go and upload your image of your website and you're going to drag that over and then you're just going to line that up on top of this computer. Make sure that it lines up as well. I like to do the longer setting for this. Like you'll see that it overhangs on the computer because I find that it just showcases more of the template. You'll see a lot of people will actually do their template like this where they actually just do like a little snippet of the homepage. But I find that that's not enough context for customers to kind of like get the true like vibe of the website. So I like to do it like this, and then I'll typically just have that come down, and then I'll just go over here and do iPhone, and then drag over an iPhone. And then you'll do the same technique of going to the mobile version on Squarespace and screenshotting that. So once you have the mobile screenshot uploaded, you can also do this on like an iPad, or you don't even have to have like the iPhone and the computer. You can really design it however you want. There's tons of options out there. You can get inspiration from a lot of different shops. This is just the way that we do it because we find that when you have the desktop and the mobile, people can really like visualize what their website's gonna look like on both devices. So yeah, pretty much you're gonna just have it like this. And what you're gonna do is in the top, it's really important to put in bold letters what type of platform this is for. Now we just have the little Squarespace logo and we put that at the top of ours, but you can type that out. You can put, you know, big letters saying Squarespace template because again, like a lot of customers, when they're looking for a website template, they need to make sure that it's for their platform. So just make sure that you specify that in the listing photo. And I'm gonna go ahead and click through a couple options that we do for our own Etsy shop, and I'll show you guys that real quick. Okay, so here's what our listing photo looks like. So you'll see that we have the Squarespace logo up at the top, again, just to clarify that this is for Squarespace only, and then you'll see that we have the mobile and the desktop option. And we also include a video walkthrough with our product. So when people are purchasing our website templates, we walk them through how to actually edit the entire thing, which is a great way to kind of close your sales and make sure that people are actually like investing into a product that they're going to use. Now, this video section on Etsy is important. You don't have to do what we did here. You can do a scrolling video of your website. Just really make sure that you are incorporating a video onto your listing image because that helps convert your sales. So get creative with your videos. Do whatever you want. And then again, we just have multiple screenshots of the entire website so people can really see like what the template looks like on all pages. So we just have all of our listing images that have all different screenshots of, you know, the about page, pricing and packages. And then we put a section here that says, how does this work? You're gonna purchase the template, you're gonna get your email, and we're gonna transfer it over. And then I have more images of the website, and I basically just tell them what's included. You get a home page, about page, pricing page, portfolio, contact, blog, 404, and then we just put a disclaimer saying that this is for Squarespace 7.1 because there are different versions of Squarespace. So just want to clarify that and make sure that it's as detailed as possible so people aren't buying something that they can't use.
Now, before you get into selling Squarespace templates, before you even start designing your first one, do some keyword research to make sure that the site that you design actually gets a couple hundred or even a couple thousand searches per month. But you don't have to go anywhere to do that. We already did it for you. We found some trending designs like author website templates, lash care service business templates, coach website templates, pink website templates, pink and gold. So go and give some of these a shot, and we hope that this kind of gives you a jump start as you get these Squarespace templates going.
Another way that you can actually do some market research is you can go onto Etsy itself and you can just type in Squarespace template, and this will populate a bunch of different options that people are searching for. So you'll see that photography is one of the top selling ones that you will find on Etsy specifically. So you'll see that blogging is also up there, therapist, podcast, coach, interior design, hairstylist, e-commerce, all of that stuff. So that can give you some really helpful ideas as to kind of what industry you should maybe be making some templates in. So like I said, we usually just stick with the photography and the coaching niche because that's what we have experience doing, but there are a ton of other options out there that you can kind of experiment with.
If you're somebody who's watching this and thinking, okay, that's great, but I'm not a good graphic designer, then don't worry, there's actually a solution. You don't need any graphic design experience. You can actually purchase something called the private label rights to a Squarespace template so that when you purchase that Squarespace template, you can go around and resell it as your own. We made a private label rights Squarespace templates for you guys, and it's right here in the description, so go ahead and check it out. Hopefully it'll help you get started with your digital product shop right now.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and leave a comment. Let us know what you think, and stay tuned for all of the content we have coming up where we'll teach you guys how to make digital products and how to sell them. Thank you guys so much.